Welcome back to Mochi Stories. Okay, I need to ask you something right now. Have you ever started a drama and completely lost track of time? Like you looked up and suddenly it was 3 a.m. and you had work in 4 hours, but you just couldn't stop? Yeah, that's Xianxia. Today, we're talking about one of the most magical, most emotionally devastating, and most dangerously addictive genres in all of Asian drama. We're talking Chinese fantasy, immortal worlds, epic, soul-destroying romance, and millions of fans around the world who cannot get enough. So if you're new here, hi, I'm so glad you found us. And if you've been here before, you already know what we're about to get into. Let's go.
So first things first, what even is Xianxia? It's pronounced Xianxia. Say it with me. Xianxia. The word literally comes from the Chinese characters for immortal and hero. And that tells you everything you need to know. This is a uniquely Chinese fantasy genre. And I want to stress the word unique because there is genuinely nothing else like it in the world. We're talking immortals, demons, gods, elaborate cultivation systems, entire universes where ordinary mortals dare to push past the limits of human existence and ascend to the heavens. Beloved classics like Ashes of Love and Love Between Fairy and Devil started this global obsession. And newer dramas like Till the End of the Moon and The Legend of Shen Li have taken it to a whole new level. But what makes Xianxia so special? It rests on 3 iconic pillars. 1, breathtaking magic fused with martial arts. 2, love stories so deep they literally transcend death and reincarnation. And 3, layered worlds, from the mortal realm all the way up to the heavens and deep into the demon realm. Sound overwhelming? Don't worry. By the end of this video, you're going to be obsessed, just like the rest of us.
Pure escapism on another level. Okay, so here's the thing about Xianxia that sets it apart from every other fantasy genre out there. It doesn't just give you an escape from reality. It gives you an escape into an entirely different cosmos. Like, forget dragons and magic wands. We're talking about multiple layered universes. The immortal realm, the mortal world, the demon realm, the ghost realm, each one with its own ancient history, its own power structures, its own thousands of years of drama and war and betrayal. And the characters? They don't age. They don't die easily. They spend centuries, literal centuries, mastering spiritual energy, ascending through cultivation ranks, unlocking powers that can reshape the very laws of the universe. So when something goes wrong, and trust me, things go very wrong, the consequences echo across thousands of years. That weight, that scale, you feel it every single episode. And here's what really makes Xianxia hit differently from Western fantasy. It's rooted in Taoist cosmology, the belief that the universe itself has a moral order. So these characters aren't just fighting villains, they're navigating the very meaning of existence. The result? You don't just watch Xianxia, you inhabit it. Intense emotional storytelling. All right, I need you to brace yourself for this one, because we're about to talk about the real reason Xianxia breaks people. No genre does heartbreak like Xianxia does. Imagine falling in love with someone so deeply that your souls are connected across multiple lifetimes. You find each other. You lose each other. You're reborn, memories wiped, and your heart is still aching for someone you can't even remember. That's just Tuesday in Xianxia. And it doesn't stop there. Characters give up their cultivation, the power they've spent centuries building, for love. They erase their own memories. They sacrifice their lives, not just once but across multiple lifetimes, for love, for honor, for the people they care about. Then,
There are the tragic misunderstandings, fate stepping in, villains pulling strings, two people who love each other deeply being kept apart by forces they can't control. And you're sitting there watching it happen, knowing the truth, unable to do anything. Has seen an eternal love until the end of the moon? When you're immortal, grief doesn't fade. The pain of loss is as eternal as the love itself. And that is what breaks us every single time.
Cultivation is built-in character growth. Okay, let's talk about something that might be my favorite thing about this entire genre, the cultivation system. If you've ever played an RPG, any RPG, you already understand why this is so addictive. Because cultivation in Xianxia works exactly like a leveling system, and we are all wired to love watching someone level up. You start with a character who has nothing, a weak mortal. Maybe they're bullied, looked down on, underestimated by everyone around them. And then, slowly, painfully, through setback after setback, they begin to rise. Spiritual awakening, immortal ascension, and eventually, the supreme realm. Every rank up feels like a victory. Every breakthrough after suffering feels earned. And that satisfaction, oh, that's the good stuff. And what makes Xianxia cultivation even more powerful is what it's tied to. Revenge, redemption, love. These characters aren't just getting stronger for the sake of it. They're fighting for something, for someone. That's why you can't stop watching, because every setback is just the setup for a more glorious comeback.
Visually stunning worlds? Okay, let's take a moment, just a moment, to appreciate the sheer beauty of Xianxia dramas. Because I genuinely don't think people who haven't watched one fully understand what they're missing visually. Imagine robes so elaborate, so delicate, they seem to float with every movement. Celestial palaces that rise above the clouds, bathed in golden light. Battle sequences that happen literally in the heavens, among the stars. Xianxia dramas treat every single frame like it belongs in a museum. Recent dramas have pushed this even further. Moonlight Mystique, which came out in 2025, had viewers absolutely speechless with its galaxy and aurora-like cinematography. People were pausing scenes just to stare. And The Legend of Shen Li opened with a battle sequence set in the stratosphere that made jaws drop worldwide. In Xianxia, every frame looks like a painting. And honestly, that's not an exaggeration.
Mix of philosophy plus fantasy. Now, here's where Xianxia separates itself from every other fantasy genre on the planet. Because it doesn't just entertain you, it makes you think. Xianxia is deeply rooted in Taoism and Buddhism, two philosophical traditions that ask the biggest questions a human being can ask. Questions about fate, about karma, about what it means to be good in a world where good and evil are never truly black and white. Think about it. These characters are wrestling with fate versus free will, fighting against a destiny they didn't choose, trying to carve their own path. Morality in Xianxia is never simple. The villain has a reason. The hero has flaws. And sometimes, the line between the two completely disappears. And karma? Oh, karma is real in this world. Every choice, every action, it ripples. Not just in this lifetime, but across thousands of years. In 3 lifetimes, one of the newer dramas, the story dares to ask, what if forgiveness, not passion, is the force that actually saves the world? When was the last time a drama made you think about something that profound? That's the magic of Xianxia. You come for the romance, you stay for the philosophy. Iconic characters you can't forget. Let's talk about the characters, because this is where Xianxia truly shines. You know that feeling when you finish a drama and a character just lives in your head, rent-free for weeks, months, maybe forever. That is the Xianxia character experience. First, there's the cold demon lord, or the cold god, who seems completely ruthless on the outside. Icy, terrifying, untouchable. And then, slowly, you start to see the cracks, the vulnerability underneath, the love they're desperately hiding. And by the time they finally break open, you are done. You are absolutely done. Then there's the female lead. And I love this. Xianxia female leads are not damsels. They rise through suffering. They get knocked down again and again, and they get back up stronger every time. They protect the people they love. They carry entire realms on their backs. The villains. Oh, the villains. Xianxia gives you villains with backstories so tragic, so heartbreaking, that you find yourself rooting for them and hating yourself for it. And even the supporting characters, the best friends, the loyal subordinates, they get full story arcs, real sacrifices, real emotions. Nobody is just a prop. These are characters you will never forget. And honestly, that's a promise.
The Dongfang Qingchang effect. Speaking of unforgettable characters, we have to talk about him. Dongfang Qingchang, from Love Between Fairy and Devil. When this drama first came out, nobody was prepared for what was about to happen. This character, the Moon Supreme, was introduced as a merciless, terrifying demon lord. Cold, ruthless, feared by every realm. And then something happened. Piece by piece, layer by layer, we started to see who he really was underneath all of that armor. A being capable of profound love, of sacrifice, of choosing someone else above everything, above power, above pride, above immortality itself. And the world lost it. This is what the Xianxia community calls the Dongfang Qingchang effect. That moment when a character you were supposed to fear becomes someone you would die for. And this tradition continued with Tan Taijin until the end of the moon. A demon born literally without the ability to feel human emotions, who slowly, painfully, beautifully learns what love is. Xianxia takes the darkest characters and reveals the most human souls beneath them. From evil to endearing. That's the magic.
Long, addictive story arcs. Okay, I know what some of you might be thinking right now. 40 to 60 episodes? That's a lot. Yes, it is. And you will watch every single one. Here's the thing. In an era where shows are cutting seasons shorter and shorter, Xianxia is doing the complete opposite. And it's not a flaw. It's literally what makes these dramas so extraordinary. Think about it. You can't build multiple realms with thousands of years of history in 8 episodes. You can't develop a love story that spans multiple lifetimes in a single season. You can't give a complex villain the arc they deserve in a few hours. Xianxia takes the time. And because of that, by episode 40, you're not bored. You're devastated that it's almost over. The romance, the action, the political intrigue, the cultivation journey, the character growth, everything is interwoven into this rich, epic tapestry that keeps pulling you forward. It's not binge watching. It's a lifestyle. And once you start, there really is no going back.
Where to start? All right, so by now, I'm guessing at least some of you are ready to dive in. And if you don't know where to start, don't worry. I've got you. Here are my top picks to begin your Xianxia journey. If you want gorgeous visuals and a love story that will make you cry in the best way, start with Ashes of Love. It is absolutely stunning. If you want dark romance and a demon lord who will ruin your life in the most wonderful way, Love Between Fairy and Devil is your drama. For the epic, sweeping, multi-lifetime love story that started the global obsession, you need eternal love. This is the one that opened the gates for so many international fans. Now, if you're ready for something a little newer, Till the End of the Moon from 2023 is a masterpiece. A demon born without the ability to feel, learning to love. I'm not okay. I will never be okay. The Legend of Shen Li from 2024 gives you a fierce goddess, a slow burn romance, and action sequences that will leave you breathless. And for 2025, Moonlight Mystique is your must-watch. A love story between a star goddess and a demon lord, with visuals so stunning they feel like a dream. Any one of these will open a door for you. And trust me, once you step through it, you'll never want to leave.
Ready to dive in? And that, my friends, is why Xianxia is a subgenre like absolutely no other. Fair warning, though, and I mean this with all the love in my heart, you will lose sleep. You will cancel plans. You will sit there at 2 a.m. going just one more episode, knowing full well that is a lie. But is it worth it? 100%. Every single time. So now I want to hear from you. Which Xianxia drama are you watching first? Drop it in the comments right now, or tell me your all-time favorite and let's talk about it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share it with a fellow drama fan, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss a Mochi Stories upload. Thank you so much for being here. I love this little community so much. Until next time, stay soft, stay cozy, and happy watching.